Hello everybody, this is another trade log I would like to share with you from Jules. Well, Jules is already an experienced trader, right? He's in the master's class, and he was kind of I think he was just getting a poker professional. So he's really good with with finding probabilities and low risk trades basically, right? So he traded here the forex market. He had 8 trades for the day. And his result, well, he has got a 26-hour day, right? So, well, it's outstanding. It's an outlier, but sometimes that's what you get, right? So let's just see what he did. So here, US Swiss S2 long. So it's a 5-minute chart with a major pair. US Swiss, you can trade those on a 5, right? With a 5-hour result. So let's just see what he did. So that's the S2. So we've got 2 big tests. So chart reading, right? So big test at 200, another big test at 200. So it has tested twice to the downside. Well, if it cannot go lower, well, it will test to the upside. But this is the idea, right? You can see here that the momentum move, or this move, already tested the 200, right? So we've got a test of the 200, and then we've got a double test of the 21. Quite interesting, right? And what we see here with this pullback, well, it's not only testing the 21, well, it's testing the 200 here on the TC3 chart from above, right? So let's see what it well, he chose a very tight stop. Well, you can do that, right? When the stop down here, well, this would not work, right? It's just too big. So there's only this way to put it here, and I mean, that's fine. I mean, this is a higher low. We've got another higher low here. So he's basically putting the stop behind the last 2 higher lows. They're not very dominant, but we've got 2 higher lows, right? So this makes it a very tight stop, trade. And we see an immediate move. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to move a big way, right? But it could actually go back and test the 200 here, 2 time frames higher. And let's see what it did. Well, it actually broke beyond this level, and this might actually be the point when it hit the 200. So this really went nicely off, and his exit was here, and this was a big R multiple. So what seems to have been an S2 day. There's another S2 on a 5-minute again. 8-hour result, right? Right, so this is clearly an S2, well, within a pullback. Well, did this pullback go too far? No, it did not. You can look 1 time frame higher. It should not break the last dominant higher low, which is basically this one or this one. So this pullback is part of this momentum move higher, and the pullback, we are nicely squeezed within the moving average band, which is always good. That's a sign of volatility contraction. This is the breakout, and this is a stop again here. You can put it really nicely. This is a dominant higher low behind 2 higher lows, and here as well, I'm not sure if it breaks the 200, but it might just get there and test it once more, right? And let's see what it did. Well, it got there and broke through. And again here, well, we've got a big R, a big move, and based on a tight stop, and another great trade. Okay, another S2, well, this time on the 15 with a 3-hour result. So this is a short. I can clearly see the S2, a very tight stop, right? This is an opportunity. If you've got such a dominant lower high, you can just put it here, very, very tight. And this is the momentum move. It's relatively large, so it's a huge reward to risk. Well, price, this is fine, but here price is basically overextended, so that makes it a make or break trade. We have already broken the wick here, so this is actually a good sign. It has already done it, so it's just about to put in a stop run move or get rejected. So it's a make or break. Well, here we've got actually the 200 that helps us because it acts as a magnet. And what did it do? Well, it moved towards the magnet. You see, it doesn't need to move a long way here on this higher time frame, and that's already a big R, another big R based on a tight stop. I think that's great examples. These trades are great examples for tight stop, the edge of a tight stop. So this is an S1 this time, okay, on a 1 minute. So these major pairs you can trade easily on a 5 minute, and sometimes as well on a 1 minute if the trend is strong, right? So that's another 5R. It seems to be an MOB trade. Let's have a look at it. An S1. Right, so this is the S1. So it's a pattern within overall sideways, right? You can take this, just need to know that your win rate is slightly, well, is lower. However, well, that's a huge stop run level, right? Well, actually, I think this is a, I think this is even one time frame lower. I think this is a 15-second chart pattern, because then this is TC1 and this is TC2. And if the spread is fine, well, you can trade this, right? Just need to know this has a lower win rate, and if it works, well, it will go off like a rocket, basically. I don't see where this. I think it was in here, right? So it went off, and it basically made, this was a momentum move, and it duplicated the momentum move, and it was a big R multiple. So if the markets are moving overall sideways, it's actually not a big issue. That's what you see with cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of overall sideways, and the win rate is still very high. So another S1 15-minute, well, it's a big R, right? So let's see what happened here. Right, so this is the pattern. It took a little bit, so there were several entry opportunities actually. Well, it's another of those, right? It's an overall sideways. You've got a pattern with an overall sideways, so it's all overall sideways. So this either stops you out or you get a big R. Well, this is the target, right? To get to the 200. So, well, it actually got there, shied away in the end, but it got there. So that's a magnet. And what we saw is, well, let's see, why is there such a big momentum move? Right. So this is the pattern, right? We are right here at the 21, and there's another S1 pattern. You can see it here. It has just triggered. So this S1 is touching the 21. So this is valid too, right? Except that this is not in trending mode. But so this is another pattern. So this one, the 15-minute is a pattern. This is a pattern within an oval pattern. So that's double pressure. And if that works out, well, you might get a big move. You can basically trade the bigger pattern by entering a very low risk idea. So this smaller pattern on one time frame lower. And this is actually what happened here, right? So this is the pattern. So that's a momentum move, and well, there's even more room for that. But as Jules has entered this pattern within a pattern, with super tight stop, well, the R result is huge. So great trade. S2 long, 5 minute. Well, that's a loss. Let's have a look at that. That's a good pattern here, right? We're touching 8. Well, here we're kind of, that's borderline. To me, that's basically overextended, right? Again here, well, that's definitely overextended. Here we're sideways. So, I mean, you can take these trades, right? If the market responsiveness is very high, so whatever, I mean, I rate this below average quality. But if the market responsiveness is very high, you can take these trades, right? And in this case, well, it was a loss, but it doesn't really matter, because Jules has been up, I don't know how many hours, but this is just trying to make it an even better day, or just have a loss. So that's US dollar Turkish lira on the daily, so that's still open running. An S1 long. Let's see, daily S1 long. Yep. Right, so this has triggered before, and he's basically entering here, and then there's another breakout, so that's kind of a second entry opportunity. Another stop run level is put in. We've got a touch of 21, and it's nicely trending, right? Seems like it's accelerating higher. So that's yeah, that's a good daily trade. So here's an S3 on a 5 minute. 5 minute, right? Okay, so that's the up move, that's a pullback into the band, a small bar, and yeah, we're hitting here 200. But a small bar, S3 is based on a small bar. Well, it doesn't need to move a lot, right? Here, 3 times and higher to make this a break-even trade. Well, not here. So overall, well, that was a super day, right? 26R. Well, that's basically it's a 5-month goal in a day. So you can actually pat yourself on your shoulder. You've just reached your 5-month goal within a day. So now it's time to actually get cautious and not euphoric. So great. I had everything from 1 minute to daily, all 3 trades. Obviously he's happy. Okay, now it's important to not get overconfident after such a day, right? Because it's easy to let go these winners within the next couple of days. So it's good to keep your urge down, and the market gives, right, and takes. And yeah, great. What you read here is our comments of a mature trader, right? Well done. Big congratulations, Jules.